Again. Yes, how you doing?
Oh, honey, it's a little warm where I am, but I'm in a sweater. Like to keep it nice and tucked up here.
No, yeah,
How are you?
you're getting a lot of neck and chin fat, I see, so that's probably good for you. I am doing okay. Today was a major breakthrough for me in terms of my wokeness level, I guess you could say, because my son Braxton, he loves to call me the B word, and I sometimes reprimand him about it. But today when I tried, he told me um, about this thing called cultural reappropriation, and it's like it's where you shoot, what is it? Okay, yes. So it's where you like reclaim a word and make it your own. And he said that I should start doing that with the B word, and so I made it mean like an awesome mom. And so now every time Braxton calls me a bitch, I think, oh wow, he's calling me an awesome mom.
That's so healthy.
I know. Would you like to start the
Like,
news?
why, sure. So I was reading that 12 states paused their reopening because of a spike in COVID cases. And Karen, this reminded me of a concept that I'm sure that you're well aware of as well, because sometimes you gotta reopen for the greater good. You know, like it brought me back to my days of fraternity basements where I would have to open, what I mean, open, so I could get my girlies and I the best party invites. And do I regret that? No. No, I do not. Because it was what was best for the group. So I let John get his 2 minutes in. And I don't regret it.
That's sometimes you got to take one for the team, 1 to 12,
Exactly.
depending on the mood.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that states should keep in mind that they should reopen for the greater good. Or not, what's the, I can't remember. I just miss frat basements.
Ah, you can say that again. Some more serious news. So the New York Times this week reported that President Trump was informed in March that Russia was offering bounties to Afghan troops as a reward for killing U.S. soldiers, and he chose to do nothing about it. Um, but now this I believe has been a big misunderstanding because I know, as many others do, that President Trump would never allow something like this to happen. So I think that when Trump heard that Russia was offering a bounty for U.S. soldiers, he thought that they were referring to the paper towel brand bounty. And of course, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It would have been so kind of Russia to give paper towels to soldiers because those are a rare find nowadays. That's what I think the president thought. And honestly, Russia, if you want to go ahead and give us a few rolls of bounty now, it would still be very helpful, to mop up all the blood from when they're being targeted for the bounty from the troops.
Yeah. I think that's a generous gesture.
A friendship.
Speaking of Russia, funny, you and me always on the same page, us two. A U.S. fighter jet intercepted a Russian aircraft. It was found up near Alaska. Now, that does make sense, Karen, because if you remember the whole Alaska, Sarah Palin, Russia from my house, like
Oh,
sometimes I think about when SNL was funny and they didn't just make fun of people. Anyway, I think also, remember how everyone thought that Russia was involved in the last election and now their little fighter jet was flittering on down near here? No one from Russia lives in Alaska. You
no.
guys, get it straight. Get it straight.
And they wouldn't be from Russia anymore. They'd be American, and Americans don't do bad things to other Americans. So let's just
No.
So white voice actors from both The Simpsons and Family Guy have stepped down from playing non-white characters. And this includes Mike Henry, who played Cleveland Brown, love Cleveland, and Tress MacNeille, who voiced Dr. Hibbert along with several other characters. Now, I stopped watching The Simpsons back in January when Hank Azaria stopped playing Apu. That Indian voice he does is just so funny. Thank you, come again. And no Indian person could do it that good. It wouldn't be all kooky like the real Apu.
Oh, Karen, crack me up.
Oh, thanks. Sometimes I think I should go into comedy, but But anyway, so The Simpsons said they won't be having any white actors voice non-white characters anymore. But I'm a bit confused, Karen, because I still see protesters out in the streets, even though it seems to me like racism is pretty much over now. I just don't get it. But don't send me any articles or anything, because I don't have time to learn. I'm too busy going back and forth to McDonald's every hour for Braxton.
Karen, I'll be honest, I thought that it was over when they elected Barack Obama. Anyway, I read also that having to homeschool your children is looking more and more likely. Now, Karen, I will say, I don't know about you, but I am sending my daughter right off to school, whether she likes it or not. But Kyle can stay home and learn from Mama Bear. I think that would be beautiful for our relationship. Mm-hmm. I just would love to have him home forever, and I would love to talk to him about school or whatever. Yeah, I think it's great.
And then he'll be getting such a richer education because it's from you. And with all of your life experience, no teacher has up there what you have up there, Karen.
That's true.
Mark Zuckerberg dropped out as one of the 3 richest people in the world this week after he lost $7.2 billion from advertisers pulling out of Facebook. Now, Karen, I think I'd be one of the 3 richest people in the world if somebody had pulled out of me. Jeff, maybe. Just kidding. Please don't be mad at me.
Yeah. Well, how about one of our tried and true old segments? Getting back to the basics here. How about, can we speak to your manager?
Yes, Karen.
Starbucks, this is for you, Starbucks. We have heard a nasty little rumor through that grapevine that kids are trying to boycott Starbucks. So can we speak to your manager? It's going to look a little different.
Well, first of all, in fairness, we would just like to ask Starbucks if they are stinky meanies. So go on. I'll give them a chance to respond. No, they aren't? Okay, well, Karen, that's good enough for me.
Oh, me too, Care Bear. And I just want to say, everyone always gets up in arms whenever a company makes one teeny tiny step out of line. Cut them some slack, you guys.
It's not like they control a bunch of wealth or something. They're just trying to make ends meet like everyone else.
I have been either very, very nice or very, very mean to various Starbucks managers. And to those I have been mean to, you deserved it. I asked for my soy latte mild hot, and you gave it to me regular hot.
And to the managers we have been very nice to, I'm sure you did something gross outside of work. Braxton regularly calls me to come get him from behind the Starbucks off the highway, and he always gets in the car smelling like fish bathed in hand sanitizer.
Show your local Starbucks manager an average level of kindness, because I go to Starbucks all the time, and the idea of them losing profit for participating in prison labor just makes me so sad.
Me too, Karen. I mean, honestly, if you're in prison, it basically means you're not a human anymore. I mean, because you aren't. If you did a crime, no matter what the crime, you are bad. You're already going to hell. You might as well spend the rest of your life in servitude. That's the way it should be, baby.
And what else are you going to do in there? Read a book? I mean, I want my lattes, and I will not apologize.
No, we will not. And this has been Can I Speak to the Manager? Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Cul-de-Sacing with Karens. I am going to finish off my glass of vodka, my nightly glass of vodka, and I see we'll finish off your 2 cherry margaritas. And yeah, we will see you next week if we're not still hungover. Bye-bye.
Bye.